Hare Krishna. Last time we are on chapter 10 of third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So last time we saw, last Thursday, where Brahmaji is praying to Krishna, and after praying, he is asking for three things. One, he is saying that, please empower me to create this universe. Because without Krishna's empowerment, nobody can do anything in this world. That we should know. Whether we are having material activities or spiritual activities, for everything we need the Supreme Lord's empowerment. Without that empowerment, nothing can happen. You may have all the skills to do a job, but then you should also have the will to do the job. When I say will to do the job, that means the necessary inspiration you should get from inside to do that job. Is it not? I may be a great engineer, but to execute my job, I must have that inspiration to work and do that. Then only I'll be able to do that. So for that inspiration, Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, I am that inspiration. हिंदी में जो बोलते हैं प्रेरणा बोलते हैं ना, that prerna, that inspiration comes only from Krishna. So Krishna says, I will have everything, but if there is no inspiration, then you can't do it. That's the biggest problem, is it not? So Krishna says, I am that inspiration. So Brahmaji is requesting Krishna to empower him so that he will be able to create in this universe something. He says that. Then afterwards, he is saying that you may empower me, but although you may empower me, still there is one more thing that is required. When I start creating all these things, the pride should not come in me, thinking that I am the creator of everything. Very natural. If a company is becoming very successful, the man who is heading that company starts getting that feeling, because of me, the company is becoming successful. If somebody is a scientist, and if he finds something new and the company makes that product, then the scientist also gets that pride, thinking that because of me, the company is able to do this activity, and because of me, the company has become successful. It's all very natural for all this. Well, even if a society is running very well, the chairman and the secretary can also get that feeling. Is it not? Because of me, this society is running. As if the whole society is dependent upon them, and they start throwing around their weight, all these things. All these things are practical things which we see in this world. So that's this. Then he says, I must not deviate from the path given to me, O Krishna. You have given me a path to follow. The Vedic principles you have given. I must follow that Vedic principles and do what is right. And I must not, because I'm successful, I should not start inventing my own things and start doing my own things, assuming that I am also super intelligent. That should not happen. I must always remember that I am subordinate to you. He says. So after praying all these things, he falls silent, and Krishna blesses him and says, don't worry, whatever you are going to do, whatever you have asked for, everything I am already giving you, because you are my very good devotee. He says, but I got some instructions for you. Please follow these instructions. One, you have to do tapas. Austerity you have to perform in this world. Number one. Number two, vidya. Knowledge you should have. Obviously, with knowledge only you can do many things, right? Without knowledge, you cannot do that. And who will give that knowledge? Who will give that knowledge? That knowledge is also given by the Supreme Lord. Sarvasya chaham hridisannivishto matasmritir jnanam apohanam cha. He says, I am sitting in the heart of everyone, and from me comes your intelligence or your memory power. From me comes your knowledge. Don't think that if you go and study in school, you will automatically get knowledge. That knowledge is a useless knowledge. That doesn't help you. That helps you only for making more money in this world, getting into more miserable conditions in this world. But the true knowledge is knowing who is Krishna, what is my position, what is my relationship with him. This is the real knowledge. This is the true knowledge that we should have. He says, from me comes your intelligence, from me comes your memory power, from me comes your knowledge, and from me comes your forgetfulness also. I can also give you as much as I can give you memory power, I can also give you forgetfulness. That also can be done. Because whatever he gives, everything what we get, you're actually getting from him. And he can also take it. Both are possible. So he says, do tapas and also get vidya. Both these are very important. And he says that when you are doing your job, constantly think of me and do your job. Similar to what Krishna told Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmar yuddhacha. Right? It's being said now in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. He says, therefore, O Arjuna, fight, always thinking of me. He says that. Then everything will be successful. So he's telling the same thing to Brahma also. Go ahead and do the creations, do the srishti, but keep me in mind and do it. And because you are desiring that you want to do seva for me, I bless you so that you will be able to go ahead and fill this universe with population. Because that's what Krishna wanted, is it not? At the end of the day, he created Brahma for srishti, so that he will create this entire universe. After creating this entire universe, we will fill it up with population. If you have got everything, just imagine you have got a big colony, you are staying in a big colony, and if there is nobody in that colony, how will that colony be? Will you feel like staying there?
A ghost town.
It will be a ghost house, right? It will be isolated, deserted. You wouldn't want to stay there. So you need activities there. You need people there. You need different living entities also there. You know, nowadays the societies are getting filled up with dogs. Most of the societies. That's what is happening. People have got pet dogs, pet cats. They got pet parrots. They keep. People feed pigeons. All these things. They want everything. People want everything like that. So he says, because you are desiring this, you want to do what you are willing to do, seva for me by filling up this entire universe. I'm blessing you, oh, Ramaji, whatever excesses you are going to take up, that will be successful. Go ahead and do it. He says all these things. And then, after saying all these things, Brahma disappears from there. Gradually, Brahma disappears. And at that time, but before that, he is also telling that you will not be affected by Rajoguna. I give you that mercy also. Because Rajoguna, which is a mode of passion, that's a very dangerous thing. Mode of passion means what? The greed comes in, the pride comes in, then you feel like bossing over others, shouting at others, anger comes, everything comes. So he said, don't worry, nothing like that will be happen to you. And generally, I am very difficult to understand. I'm not easy. I'm not visible to everyone so easily. You know, Lord Garbhodakya Vishnu is telling Brahmaji, I'm generally not visible to everyone, but because you have prayed to me in the right way and you have understood me properly, you have understood me as someone not touched by any of the material qualities, although I am the creator of the material qualities. That is a very important point you have understood about me. Hence, I am also disclosing myself to you. And when you entered into the stem of the lotus, I asked you to do tapa. And I was the one who revealed myself to you. From within you, I showed you my form. And your prayers, whatever prayers you did, whatever penances you did, and the firm faith what you developed in me, that also has happened only because of my mercy. So, Krishna's mercy is very, very important for us. We cannot underestimate it. No words can really describe the importance of that mercy. It is priceless. But how do we get that mercy of Krishna? Just because I want the mercy, can I get it? No. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj has explained about this. And he says 99.9% is our effort and 0.1% is Krishna's grace, mercy. That 99.9% is effective only if that 0.1% is there. Mercy is there. If that 0.1% is not there, whatever efforts you put in, that's a waste, whether it is material or spiritual. But that 0.1% will come only when you put in that 99.9%. Both are related. We should know that. I have to first put in the effort, then only the result will come out. Just like in your in companies, first you have to work for 30 days, then only you will get your salary. Right? Without that, you don't get. Similarly, here, you put in all the efforts, 99.9%, and Krishna doesn't give you a salary, but instead he gives his mercy to you. And that mercy is more valuable than the salary also. Because if Krishna's mercy is there, what cannot happen? Anything and everything can happen. Ananyas chintanto mam ejanaha paripasate tesham nityabhuktanam yogakshemam vahamiham. He says, Yogakshemam, I will take care of you completely. If Krishna is there to take care of us completely, then what more do we want? We don't need anything else. Krishna says, I will take care of you completely. Don't worry about it. Have that complete faith in me and think about me. Work for me. Do everything for me. I will take care of you. No, I cannot think of you. I have to think of myself, my family I have to think of. I have to think of my children. I have to think of my grandchildren. All these things are there. I have to think of my house. I have to think of tomorrow what to cook. All these things I have to sit and think. How can I keep thinking of you? That is where we get caught. Then Krishna says, go to hell. Find your own way out. No point in trying to teach you anything. No. We have to ask this question, The birds, they don't think of Krishna. But still they are being taken care of, right? Every day they get the food, no? Right? They get the food every day. Do you see any birds dying because they don't get food? Do you see any birds not getting water to drink? Even in this hot summer, they drink water. Someone will come and provide that water. The Lord himself comes in somebody's rupa and provides water to the birds. Animals are there. Animals are getting the food. Animals are also in the jungle. Animals are also in the city. Everybody is getting their food. Why the devotees won't get food? The devotees also get food. The devotees also will be taken care of, provided we do our basic duty of simply accepting the supremacy of Krishna and worshipping him. Because that is what human beings are expected to do. Animals and birds are not expected to do that. They are excused. They don't even know that there is somebody called God existing. But human beings can understand. So human beings are expected to worship Krishna. Manmana bhav mad bhakto madhyaji mam namasko. He says that. Think of me, manmana, mad bhakto, become my devotee, madhyaji nam, worship me, namaskuru, do sashtang pranam to me. All these things you do. As a human being, you are expected to do all these things. When you do these things, automatically I will take care of. Krishna says all these things. But we have got so many other material activities that we don't even get time to stand before Krishna and worship him and thank him. You are the one who is taking care of me, really. Whether I pray to you or not, still you are taking care of me. We don't even get that time to do many times, This is a sad part. So he prays all these things. After he says, Krishna says, I am the dearmost of all. And I am the one to be satisfied. Suhridam sarva bhutanam. Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita also the same thing. I am the best well-wisher for everyone, Krishna says. I am the one to be worshipped. I am the one to be prayed. Everything is me. Satatam girtayanto mam. He says all these things. You are expected to worship me. You are expected to do everything for me. That's the truth, reality. So when we do all these things, what happens is Krishna also reciprocates. etamam prapadyante tam sataivi bhajamyam mama vartmanu vartante manushaha partha sarvashaha. Krishna says that. To the extent you surrender to me, to that extent I also reciprocate with you. So, saying all these things, Krishna says that the ultimate object of all the activities that we perform in this universe is ultimately to satisfy me. Is he not telling that in Bhagavad Gita also? The same thing is telling also. Bhuktaram yajnatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam sarvabhutanam nyatva mam shantim gacchati. Bhuktaram yajnatapasam. You are doing tapas, you are doing yajna, you are doing so many activities. Everything is for what purpose? Only to please. Bhuktaram yajnatapasam. For my sake, you are doing it. You may think that I am doing it for my sake, but ultimately it is all going to satisfy Krishna. Charity we are doing. Krishna says in this Bhagavatam, the charity what you are doing, the tapas what you are doing, all the good activities what you are doing, everything is actually meant to satisfy me only. Not anybody else. All are meant to satisfy me. And when you do this, accordingly I also reciprocate. But many times people don't realize, people think that their body and mind, that is more important, they work towards it. Krishna said it doesn't matter. But gradually they will realize that it's all for me. So having all said all these things, he disappears. Then Brahmaji now is wondering what has to be done. So here, actually, this is all a conversation we should remember is between Vidura and Maitreya. You should remember. Vidura and Maitreya conversation is taking place. In that, Maitreya is quoting the conversation between Brahma and Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. So now Vidura is asking this next question, asking him, how is this universe being? How did Brahma create this universe? Very important to know this. He took the permission from, he got the blessings from Vishnu that he will be able to create this universe. So how did he really do it? So when he asking this, that, and he's also saying the grandfather of all the planetary inhabitants, we are all the planetary inhabitants, right? So how did Brahma create the bodies of all the living entities? We all have got bodies. A dog has got its own body. A man has got its own body. A monkey has got its own body. Bird has got its own body. Everybody has got their own body. So how did Brahma create all these bodies from his mind and from his body? How did he create this? So Maitreya is very pleased with this question. Is it not a very intelligent question to ask? Have you ever asked who created, how was my body created? Do we ever ask this question? We never ask this question. Do we? No, we don't. We have taken it for granted. This body is there. It will be like this only. No, he is asking, how did Brahma create all the bodies of all the living entities from his own mind and body? So, this is a very intelligent question when he's asking, Vidura is asking this question, Maitreya is very pleased and he says, okay, I will explain to you. And he says, Brahma meditated for 100 celestial years. Who advised him to do? First he said, no, you should do tapa and vidya, right? So, listening to that, he did immediately tapas for 100 celestial years. 100 celestial years means it's a massive number, He did for all this. And then when he did this, he saw both the lotus and the water trembling, And now, with his duties long penance, and also the transcendental knowledge what he had got, that is a vidya, Lord Brahma acquired practical knowledge on this. One is a theoretical knowledge which he got. And that too he got by the mercy of Krishna. He got both. He could do tapas, and because of penance, he got that strength. And he also got the knowledge. Now that has to be converted into a practical knowledge, which he converted into it. And what he did, he drank both water and the wind. Both he drank. He took it away. Then he saw the lotus flower, lotus stem. He entered into the lotus stem and he saw the lotus spreading over all the 14 lokas. Entire universe it has spread. It had spread over the entire universe. So he entered into that lotus. And then after entering into the lotus, he divided it into 3 parts. Upper planetary systems, middle planetary systems, and lower planetary systems. He divided it. After dividing it into 3 planetary systems, he again divided it into 14 lokas he divided it. This 14 lokas, I think I have talked about it even before, but again I will repeat it. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swarloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. It comes to. Okay, that comes. These are the middle and the upper as. Bhu and Bhuvar are middle planets. Then lower side it comes to Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Rasatala, Talatala, Mahatala, Patala. These are the 7 below. Okay, these are the 7 below, 7 up. So the whole, and where are we? We are in the middle. We are in the Bhuloka. All of us listening to this class, we are all in Bhuloka. Here. And in this Bhuloka, now you see, Devatas have also said, we would like to take birth as human beings. Because as a human being, it's very, very easy to attain God. When you go to Swargaloka and other upper planetary systems, the enjoyments and the luxuries are unbelievable. You know, it is said people in Swargaloka are 1000 times more beautiful than the most beautiful person on earth. People there in Swargaloka and above are 1000 times more opulent than the most opulent person on earth. Everything you multiply by 1000 times. So everything is so luxurious. When you have all the luxuries, it's very difficult to remember Krishna. Similarly, people in the upper planetary systems, because they have all the luxuries, chances to remember Krishna is very, very low. Very, very less. Okay, let's look at people in the lower planetary systems. Atala, Sutala and all, what happens to them? They have miserable life. They have really miserable life. You know, from the time they get up till the time they go to sleep, they are suffer from miseries. We have read, is it not Patal Loka? It is like that. Nobody wants to go to Patal. We all say that. So when it is so miserable, then also it's not easy to remember Krishna. When you are not getting your food, will you think of your food, or will you think of Krishna at that time? Maybe you will pray once or twice, oh God, please give me food. But then your mind will be constantly thinking, where will I get food? If you are struggling with some pain in the body, serious pain you got, will you be able to, you may call out Krishna, please help me and all. But your mind is, where is your mind? Only on the pain. Is it not someone is met with an accident, and if he's having a fracture or something like that, Krishna Chandavarkar is orthopedic. You know, she knows that. People who are struggling with pain, what do they do when they come to? They only think of the pain and they struggle with that pain. At that time, they cannot think of Krishna. At that time. So people in the lower planetary systems, it's very difficult for them to think of Krishna, and they cannot pray. But in the middle loka, in Bhuloka, we human beings, we have constant happiness and misery. In cycles, it keeps on coming. We get happiness also, we get misery also. When we are happy, we are not miserable. When we are miserable, we are not happy. Matra sparshastu kaunteya sitoshna sukha dukkadaha agama payano nitya samsati kshasva bharata. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, just like a cycle of summer and winter, happiness and distress comes. When there is summer, you don't remember winter. When there is winter, you don't remember summer. Right? It's the truth, what Krishna says. Similarly, when you are happy, you don't remember your miseries. But when you have miseries, you don't remember your happy days. At that time, you only talk of your miserable conditions. This problem, that problem, all those things we talk about. But everything will go away. Everything is temporary. Krishna says everything is a cycle. Nothing is permanent. Happiness comes, happiness goes. Misery comes, misery goes. After misery, another happiness. Sometimes flood of miseries also come. Flood of happiness also comes. But that will also go away. Again, that cycle will keep on going again and again. So, when we are in a miserable condition in this world, Because we have also seen happiness, we immediately remember Krishna and start praying to the Lord. Oh, Krishna, please save me from this condition. And Brahmaji explains in Bhagavatam itself, later on it will come, how the pain is given to human beings. When he's giving the pain, he gives only that much of pain what a human being can tolerate. Not more than that and no less than that. Suppose you pull a rubber band. We can pull it up to this, right? And if you pull beyond that, you know that it will break. So will you pull it beyond that? You won't pull. You will pull only this much and you will leave it. So Brahmaji also says how much can be pulled. How much of you can be pulled. So if you can be pulled up to here, he will pull you so much. And you will undergo that pain. And the time it looks like you're going to break down, he will release it. So you feel some sort of relief I am getting. It's like pushing somebody's head into the water. You know, when your head is pushed into the water, you struggle for breathing. And when the man knows that you are going to, you may die, he pulls out that head. And you start breathing at that time. And when you are breathing at that time, how is it like that breathing? It's like a great relief for you. It's a very big relief for you. You know. Similarly, when the pain is given to you, pain is pulls to that much, tuck, he leaves it. And then afterwards, it will go. So Brahma explains in another chapter. Later on, it will come. In another canto, it comes. So we'll see that. So here it says, so when he's doing that, Brahmaji, so the middle loka, that's what I was saying, you know, the 14, he divides it into 14 lokas. And in every loka, he starts filling up with the living entities suitable for that planet. Not for everything. If it is Devatas, so we'll see who are all stationed in different planets, that also we'll be able to see like that. So here it says that before doing that, he has talked about the characteristics of time, because Vidura has been asking about the time, he's talking about the characteristics of time. So Vidura has been asking about time. So Maitreya said that, okay, let me explain about the time. What is time? So he's talking of eternal time, and the characteristics of time is being explained. So he says, because of this time only, this is the primary source of interaction of the three modes of nature. See, we know that there are three modes of nature, sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic gunas. And because of the combination and the interaction of the three modes of nature only, material nature appears to have produced many wonderful things. Like explained, Brahmaji, because he assumed the mode of passion, rajasic guna, because of which he could create. But then you also find in this material world, there are people with both sattvic guna are there, rajasic guna are there, tamasic gunas are there. And many people are in, and all of us, why many people? All of us are a combination of all the three gunas. And because of this universe itself is highly influenced by the mode of passion and ignorance, that is rajasic and tamasic, because of which many things are happening in this. So this is the primary time, and time, kala plays a very active role in everything, and because of that the interactions of three modes of material nature takes place. Kala is unchangeable and limitless. Does anyone know what is the beginning, when the time started, and when is the time going to end? Nobody knows that except for Krishna. Things may go very fast here, or things may go slow in the material world. That has got no impact on time. Time again, that keeps a record of the creation, maintenance, and destruction of the material manifestation. We don't do it. We may try to keep some record and nothing. Actually, time only knows when what has been created, how it is. Again, time, can it be seen? It cannot be seen. That's why it is called an impersonal form of the Lord. Then it works as the instrument of Lord Krishna for his pastimes in the material creation. There are many things that happen only because of Lord Krishna. When Krishna is performing different pastimes, time also plays a part in that. Time is astronomically calculated, mathematically calculated in relation to speed, change, and life of a particular object. But time has got nothing to do with the relativities of things. We astronomically calculate, we mathematically calculate. You know, The life of a person, they change everything, but time goes on its own speed, at its own pace, it keeps going. Time is the basic measurement of the activity of our senses, because of which we talk in terms of we calculate our past, present, what will be the future and all. But in reality, time has got no beginning and no end. Actually, time is nothing but a form of the Lord. It's an expansion of the Lord. It is like that. This world appears to be something besides the Lord, due to its separation from Him by means of color. Let me explain this what it is. Now there is a tape recorder. I tape my voice, and on that instrument my voice is there, and it appears that the voice is there. I am separate. That voice is separate. But actually, that voice is nothing but my voice. Is it not? Similarly, this world appears to be something besides the Lord. Just like the tape recorder is there, machine is there, like that the world is also appears to be something besides the Lord. But it is only because of the separation from Him by means of Kala. So Kala separates this world from material world from the spiritual world. And Kala divides the universe into various planetary systems. Like we talked of 14 planetary systems, time is different in every planetary system. Just like even in this world, time is different for human beings, time is different for the animals, time is different for the birds, for the reptiles, aquatics, it's all different. For example, dog lives for about 10-15 years, about 15 years it lives. Human beings live for 100 years. Average, that's what it says. Not average, maximum 100 years people live, that's what they say. Average span is about 70-80 years, it goes like that. And it appears this universe appears to be as it is now, but actually it was the same in the past also, but we do not know that, and it is going to be, will continue to be in the same way in the future also. We can, by our logic, we can understand this universe has been created, is now there, but later on it is going to be destroyed also, it will go away, but again it will be recreated and going. So that cycle of everything will be going on. It is being explained like that. And after explaining this, is talking of the three types of destruction that actually takes place in this world. The three types of destruction, when you're saying that, now, how does the destruction take place? There is one thing, Kala. At the scheduled time, that is end of Brahma's life of 100 years, the devastation of all universe takes place. That is one type of destruction. Another type of destruction is a partial destruction which takes place at the end of Brahma's day. That is due to the fire emanated from Sankarshna's mouth. So, and all the material elements enter into the body of Krishna, the Garbhodakasha Vishnu, that was. Third is due to the gunas, due to one's own gunas, one's own action, also the destruction takes place. But then Vidura has inquired also about the creation. So there are two types of creation. One is a primary creation and second is a secondary creation. So in primary creation is being explained, this is called Sarga. We should know that. Okay. There are two things. Primary creation is called Sarga. Secondary creation is called Visarga. Now, the primary creation is created by the Supreme Lord. Secondary creation is done by Brahma. So, in the primary creation, we have seen there's a total Mahatattva, that is the sum total of all the material ingredients, that is created by the Supreme Lord, not by Brahma. We should know that. And interaction of the modes of material nature, that is also done by Supreme Lord, because of which only further activities take place. Ahankara, false ego, which comes, that is also coming as original created by the Supreme Lord. And because of that, only the various other activities take place, like the material ingredients takes place. Then the material knowledge, Nana, comes. And also material actions, Kriya. For all those things, you need your knowledge and your mind and intelligence is needed. So mind, intelligence, these things are all originally created by the Supreme Lord. both the material body and the subtle body is created by the Supreme Lord. That is all with him. As we saw in the previous chapter, if you remember, when Garbhodakashi Vishnu glanced all the subtle bodies, they all got agitated and started working. So subtle body consists of mind, intelligence, and false ego that is there. So that is also coming from this Supreme. Then comes the sense objects, that is called tanmatra. So because of this sense objects only, when that's the gross elements which are there, the gross elements when are there, because of that we are also able to see that, and that is why it's called sense objects. All the 5 gross elements what we see, like the mud, like Akash, Vayu, then you have got this Prithvi, Nala, that is water, and also your fire. These are the 5 gross elements. And because of the senses only, we are able to experience, or to see them and experience. Then Indriyas are there. Again, from the Indriya, there are 10 types of Indriyas. One is a 5 knowledge gaining senses and 5 actions. These are all explained very clearly in Bhagavad Gita. Then there's also the demigods. They are also devas. They are there. And that is because of the demigods there. As I said, higher planetary systems, there will be lot of interaction of the sattva gunas are there. And tamas and ignorance, which is there, coming this thing below, that produces what? That produces a lot of avidya shakti. Avidya shakti means ignorance. Produced by ignorance, makes the living entity act like a fool. So these are primary creations which are there. That is Mahatatva, Ahankara, Tanmatra, Indriya, Deva, demigods and minds, and Tamas, ignorance. That is all. Those are the 6 primary creation. Further division takes place later. But there are also 4 types of secondary creation by Brahma, and they are as follows. From Brahma only comes immobile jivas, plants, lower species animals, human beings, and demigods. So immobile jivas, plants and trees and everything, what are the characteristics? The consciousness is not evident. And it's upward movement, upward nourishment for all the trees and plants and all. They all grow from the ground upwards. But when it is hurt, it also feels the pain, but it can't open its mouth and express. And it is unlimited varieties are there. Now, 6 major types are there, and those are vanaspatayaha, which means it is without flowers but having fruits. Oshadayaha, these are annual plants. It comes only once in a year, like that. No, not throughout the year. Once in a year it comes. Lata, plants that need support. Tvakshara, hollow. Tvakshara means hollow plants like bamboos. Viruddhaha, stiff trunk, it doesn't need any support. And Drumaha, it gives fruits through flowers. These are the various immovable jivas. Then comes the lower species of animals. Now, in the lower species of animals, we saw in the immovable jivas plants, it is moving upward nourishment is there. Whereas here for lower species, it is horizontal nourishment. All the animals, everything. And they can't think of future. They cannot deliberate on the future. Nothing. They live in present only. And they're very much preoccupied with eating and sleeping. Totally in tamasic guna they are. And when it comes to human beings, the third type, they're all downward nourishment. We are passionate. We are all highly dedicated to work. Highly dedicated to work. We see that, is it not? People work hard throughout day and night, they work. Then they think themselves happy even in distressed situation. He is in a terrible condition. At that time, somebody gives him water, he feels very happy about it. Like that. And only one type of human beings he has created. And when it comes to demigods, there are 8 types. Vibhudas, Pitrus, Asuras, Gandharvas, Yakshas, Siddhas, Charanas, Bhutas, Pretas, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, and others. Various types of creation, the 4 types. Visarga, as it is called. No, your Sarga means primary creation, Visarga means secondary creation. That's what I said. So with this, what happened when he is created, going further, next sloka onwards, next after 1 or 2 chapters will come. The question comes of 4 Kumaras. So 4 Kumaras, they are born from Brahma. So the question comes, Brahma, 4 Kumaras are created by Brahma or by the Supreme Lord? Actually, 4 Kumaras are created by both of them, by both the Lord and the Brahma, because of, even when they are born itself, they are so highly enlightened. They are highly enlightened. That's only because of the blessings of the Supreme Lord. But at the same time, they are born from Brahma. That's why he said that they are born from both. So this is something that was done. And then afterwards, explaining all these things, Vidura is, Maitreya is closing and he says, I will explain to you about Manvantras, time, everything I will explain to you, he says. So with this chapter gets over. But then, what is the most important lesson in this chapter? Okay, we heard a lot of technicalities, how it is created, all these things we heard. But what is the real essence of it? What is the true lesson that this chapter is giving us? The most important point we have to understand here is Brahma's Guru was the Supreme Lord. So, Vishnu was his Guru. As a Guru, he was explaining to him, do tapas, get Vidya. Automatically, you will be able to do everything he said. And Brahma did tapas for 100 celestial years. Here we have to understand certain things, Guru's Agnya, he immediately followed it. When the Guru says something, and when the disciple follows it, automatically the disciple becomes successful. That's very important. That's why Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, right? Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshinaha. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita also that. So we have to understand this. When Guru's kripa is there, everything becomes successful. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also saying, Brahmanda Brahmite Vana Bhagyavan Shiva. Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Bija. He says, Brahmanda Brahmite. We are all moving we have been moving in all the 14 planetary systems in different species of life. Not as human beings. In different species, we have been going on for so many janmas we have been doing. Brahmanda Brahmite. In the Brahmandas, in this entire Brahmanda, we have been moving up and down. Sometimes in the Swargaloka, we have sometimes the Patal Loka, sometimes in Bhuloka. They have been going up and down everywhere we have been going. In different species. And who is the lucky person? Kone Bhagyavan Jiva? Which Jiva is Bhagyavan? Guru Krishna Prasada Paya. One who gets the mercy of Guru and Krishna. When the mercy of Guru and Krishna is there, Bhakti Lata Bija. The Bhakti Lata, what is there? That Bija. Bija means the seed of Bhakti sprouts in the heart of the devotee. So if the Bhakti has to come in our heart, and that is the highest gift, invaluable gift for human beings is Bhakti for the Supreme Lord. And if that Bhakti has to come, we need the mercy of both Guru and Krishna. Krishna's mercy comes automatically when Guru's mercy is there. It's not the other way. Guru's mercy has to come first. When Guru's mercy is there, automatically Krishna's mercy. So very, very important that we follow the instructions of our Guru. Very important. When Guru says do something like this, although it may appear to be difficult, we should try to do that. We should not think that Guru doesn't understand my situation. No, not like that. My situation may be terrible, doesn't matter. When I start doing what my Guru has instructed me to do, automatically it becomes successful. Krishna comes and fulfills it. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado, it says. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado. It means what? When the Guru, whatever the Guru desires, that's what Krishna also desires. Bhagavan also desires the same. So if the Guru desires that my disciple should do something like this and he should be successful, let him do like this, certain instructions, automatically the disciple will be able to do it because Krishna also helps. And as we have seen, without Krishna's help, without Guru's help, we cannot do anything. We are useless in this. We need the mercy of these people. So that's the one we need to understand. Okay. So that is the most important lesson. So I'll tell you a story in this connection. Maybe it will be it's a nice story. I've heard it. So once one Brahmana came to a village, and he wanted milk early morning. At 5 o'clock, he wanted milk. So he said, who can give me the milk? So somebody told him, there's a lady across the river. She is the one who supplies milk to everybody. So if you request her, she'll be able to give. So she was a very poor lady and a very low caste lady. So what happened when she heard that this Brahmana has come, he wants it, she immediately accepted that Brahmana as a very highly elevated spiritual person. And she said that I will try to supply it. I'll deliver it. So she meets him, and when she meets him, he says, I want the milk at 5 a.m. Will you be able to give the milk at 5 a.m.? So she says, yes, I can give it at 5 a.m. Not a problem. But then she comes only at 7 a.m. the next day. And 4 or 5 days she is coming only for 7 a.m. When she is coming so late, Brahmana says, I asked you the milk at 5 a.m. and you're bringing it at 7 a.m. So she says, she calls him as Guru. She has accepted him as a Guru because he's a highly learned person. And she says, Guruji, you said 5 a.m. Every day I'm getting up at 4 a.m. to deliver it to you at 5 a.m. But the boatman is not coming in time. Boatman is coming only at 6:30. So as a result, I'm able to reach only at 7. So this man becomes very furious. He says, then walk on the river and come. He just says like this. So, and she takes it literally true. Next day, what happens is, she reaches at 5 a.m. and gives him milk. So this Brahmana says, see, yesterday I shouted at you and today you have delivered it at 5 a.m. How did the boatman come today early? She said the boatman did not come. Then how did you come? She said, I walked on the river and came. You walked on the river? Yes, I walked on the river. Yesterday you told me I should walk on the river and come, and I did it and I could reach. I reached it. So he says, what are you joking? Let me see. So he comes to see. And when he comes to, he says, let me also see whether I can walk on the river. And when he's coming to walk on the river, he lifts his dhoti up and tries to walk. And he goes down inside the water. And he asks the lady, how did you walk? She says, only by your mercy. Because you wanted me to walk and I have accepted you as my guru. And whatever you said, I said I will do it. That's why I could walk. He says, show me. And so she walks back and shows on the river, the water. So he realizes this lady accepted me as a guru. And because I said you walk on the river, because I said, and she tried to do it, Krishna stood by her side and she could walk on the river. Whereas I didn't have that full faith. That's the reason why I lifted the dhoti, so that the dhoti won't become wet. Had I that same faith on Krishna, then I would have been able to walk also. But because I suspected that I may go down or something like that, I didn't have the full faith on Krishna. That's why I lifted the dhoti up, so that the dhoti won't become wet. And I went inside. So the point of the story is that if we have that faith on Guru and move forward on what instruction he has given, automatically that will be successful. So Guru says sometimes, chant your rounds. We think the Guru is not able to understand my problem. I have got my office problems, I got my house problems, that problem, this problem, everything I got. No. But that is a primary requirement. Guru says that, follow it, automatically you'll be successful. Okay. Thank you very much to all of you. With this story, we'll end the class. Thank you.
Yes.
Prabhupada ki, Guru Maharaj
Jai.
ki, Bhagavatam
Jai.
Granth
Jai.
ki, Hare Krishna.